There's a recession indicator with a possible new alert. This is an indicator you may not have heard of. It has a great track record of spotting recessions, and it's very close to its next recession signal. We're talking about the Sahm rule. If you haven't heard of it, don't feel bad. It's not something that's often discussed. It's a recession indicator created after Claudia Sahm, a macroeconomist who worked at the Federal Reserve. Give credit where credit is due. This was inspired from a great article published on Yahoo Finance the other day. We'll provide you a link for that article in the description of this video. The SAM rule identifies times when the unemployment rate begins to accelerate higher. You see, it's not so important whether the unemployment rate right now is 4% or 4.1%, but rather the velocity, how fast it's going up. Let's give you some examples of what this indicator looked like during prior recessionary periods. In blue, we have the unemployment rate. In gray, those are those times when the SAM indicator showed us a recession signal. We take a look at 1991. Unemployment rate rose from 5.4 up to 7.6%. We take a look at 2001, 3.9% up to 5.8% unemployment. Notice how this indicator really does a great job of capturing the brunt of the recession that's defined by this rapid increase in unemployment. In 2008, unemployment rate rose from 4.4 up to 10%. And more recently, during the COVID crisis, 3.6% unemployment spiked up to 14.8%. By the way, in just a moment, we're going to show you what the indicator is now telling us. How do you calculate this? It's actually quite easy. When the 3-month moving average of the unemployment rate is at least half a percentage point greater than the low of the 12 prior months of that same moving average, we have a signal. Don't worry, we've done the math for you. Here, the unemployment rate currently is at 4.1%. You take the 3-month average, April, May, and June. You put that together, that's 4% currently. You then calculate the last 12 months prior to the current number and take the low. Take the lowest low during the past 12 months. That was 3.57%. That was achieved, by the way, in June of 2023. Then you calculate the difference. What's the difference between the 3-month moving average of the unemployment rate and the lowest low over the prior 12 months? The result of that is 0.43. Again, we're looking for a signal of at least 0.5. What is the correlation between stocks and the SAM indicator? How does this actually work? Well, take a look at the recession during 2001. In yellow, S&P 500. Take a look to see how the majority of the sell-off in the stock market during that financial crisis was captured by this indicator quite well. We can consider the financial crisis of 2008. That's in blue, S&P 500. And during that period of time, the SAM indicator really captured almost the entire sell-off of the S&P 500. Again, you see what it's doing is it's capturing those moments when unemployment rate begins to spike higher. That eventually leads to the recession. When will the SAM indicator be triggered now, currently? Well, again, remember our current level is 4.1%. How high does that have to go in order to trigger an official signal? Well, if you do the math, if the unemployment rate during this last report was 4.3%, we would have had the official 0.5% signal. That would have been the official signal of the SAM indicator telling us, be careful, there may be a recession in the future. We're going to continue to update this over time. Of course, the unemployment rate's released on a monthly basis, and we're going to be sure to let you know what the future indications are as well. We're very close to the next signal. Not yet, but very close. By the way, as unemployment rate declines, all eyes are on the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, that's scheduled to be released this Thursday. We spoke about this the other day in the Fed's decision, and the Fed really has a very important decision to make whether they're going to cut rates in September. That's what the Fed funds futures are telling us. And we went through a number of different indicators, the JOLT survey, for example, as well as the unemployment rate and others, to determine how close we are to that imminent Fed decision. We hope this has been helpful. We look forward to seeing you back soon.